Hey, welcome back. I'm glad to see you guys again, or at least be showing you a video. I wish I could see you. Did you know it is day 42 since we have been able to be at school? 42 days! That is a lot of days. And I don't know about you, but 42 days where I'm home and not able to see all of you, not able to see my colleagues and all those kind of things, it's kind of getting hard. And I've noticed that sometimes I've gotten a little frustrated over little things, just little things. Does that ever happen to you? Well, if that's happening to you, which I kind of guess it is, we're all getting a little testy and a little grumpy sometimes, then I've got some things for you to think about as we still work through the stay-at-home order and no school. So I have a little chart for you, my fancy graphics here. 1 to 5. Here's what I want you to think about. When something comes up and it's making you frustrated, it's a problem you got to deal with, I want you to rate it from 1 to 5. 1 would be, it's a small problem, like your pencil breaks. That's really not a big problem, because if your pencil breaks, you just go get a new pencil, right? 2 is a little bit bigger, 3, 4, 5 would be a disaster, like, say, a tornado, or a flood, or someone very close to you dies. Those are really, really big things. Like maybe having to move from your house would be like a 4. That's a big thing too, right? But most of our problems are probably a 1 right now. Like maybe your brother or sister sat where you want to sit, or they took the toy you wanted to play with, or you have to watch the show that someone else wants to watch instead of your favorite show. Or you want to go outside and play, but you can't because it's raining. Those aren't the biggest problems. Now here's where it gets tricky. We all have problems, maybe from 1 to 5, that's okay. But sometimes when it's a 1 level problem, we act like it's a 5 level problem. Now imagine this. Imagine your pencil breaks and you start screaming and running around like crazy. Ah! Does that make sense? Nah. Or imagine there is a huge tornado outside your house, and you go, oh well, no big deal. That doesn't make sense either, does it? See, our reaction should match how big our problem is. And that's hard to do sometimes. So if you're able to stop and think, how big is my problem? Rate your problem first. How big is it? Is it a 1? Then I shouldn't have a big reaction. I need to take a deep breath and figure that out. If it is a big problem, then it's okay to react big and get some help. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing to do is practice those calm down strategies that we've talked about, right? That can help us calm down so we can understand it's really only 1. I don't need to react so big. Another thing to do is to ask somebody else, hey, I'm really upset. How big of a problem is this? Sometimes when you're really upset, you're not able to really realize it's not that big of a deal. And maybe your mom or dad or brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, whoever can help you understand that it's not so big a deal. Here's a simple way to solve that problem, and we don't have to be worried about it or upset about it anymore. So try those calm down strategies that we talked about. Ask somebody else, all right? But don't just stay there, and don't let your 1 problems become 5 problems or even a 10 problem. That's not worth it. It makes your life kind of miserable and everybody around you miserable too. Now, just for a fun little video, I put another video on. It's called The Full Meltdown, and it's about a principal. Can you imagine that? Going crazy over a little problem. So that'll give you an example of what happens and how silly you'll look when you react at a 5 when it's really a 1. So have fun watching that. Try to rate your problems. Have your parents do it too when they're getting frustrated, and learn how to react at the same level. All right, I can't wait to see you guys later, and hope you have a great day. Bye.